Hey, how do you get rich slowly but surely? I'm not there yet, but I'm going to make this video just so that I can make a manual for myself from what I've learned all these years. So, the real reason why most of the people who are going to watch this video are going to have a very tough time making it throughout the next 10, 20, 15 years is because of inflation, number one. And number two, it is because of the devaluation of the money. Because as you know, and as if you have watched my videos, if not, just go around, it's free in my channel. Most of the countries, all of the countries are basically devaluing their people. They're devaluing currency. Long story short, most of the dollars that you have in your pocket right now, 80 to 90% of them were printed literally out of the press in the last 4 or 5 years. That's a bottom line. You can check me on that. Anyway, we're not focused on that. We're focused on the solutions. So, what are the solutions? Really easy. If inflation, we assume in most countries is around 7 to 8%, it is, guys, because no matter what people say, like in the United States, people say inflation is 2%. It's not. We know that. It's not. It's more than that. Oil is expensive, egg is expensive, and eggs are a very big part of 2024. The last part of 2024, read between the lines. Everything is expensive, and everything is getting expensive in every part of the country, any part of the world, whether it's India, whether it's China, Mexico, Brazil, America, Canada, Australia, Europe, Sweden. So if everything is getting expensive, how do you hedge yourself and how do you protect your money? Well, it's simple, but it'll take some time. All right. It is simple, it will take some time and a lot of discipline if you want to follow that. And if you can see the chart, and it's a bit of mathematics, very simple. I'll dumb it down so easy. Your toddler will understand. Even your grandma will understand and will appreciate me. Thank you for that in advance. So you start with a very basic amount of money. I don't know. It could be $1,000, $10,000, $50,000, whatever is your budget. Doesn't matter. It could be $100 as well. No problem. We are including everyone, spreading the net wide so that everyone can get in. So we do that. And we make sure that we are going to beat the inflation rate every single year. Because, guys, our opponent is inflation. If we can beat inflation and make more money than inflation or more money than the inflationary growth rate, we can make wealth slowly but surely. That is what the goal is. So, inflation is 7%, assuming that we just need to get more than 7%, well, around 10 to 12% every single year. Now, here's the bottom line. Most of the markets, the S&P 500 specifically, the American index, has produced more than 10% return over the past 20 years, year on average basis. If you look at the long term, even in the last 50 years, the S&P has more than 9%. So you can do that. Or any index of your country, whatever you like, whatever assets you may prefer. But I'm going to take that index because it's worldwide and known by. So guys, we start with two situations. Number one is $1,000 and number two is $10,000. Now listen to me carefully. The smaller the amount of money, the more the interest rate you need to beat inflation and to make the wealth, surely but slowly. And the bigger the amount of money, the lesser the interest rate would do, surely but slowly. So here we do it. Let's start with the $10,000, the bigger one first. So $10,000 at, 10%. Yeah, 10% every single year. So you are in your, what, 20s, 30s, whatever age it is. I'm assuming that you have 50 years down the line as a horizon. Again, I said slowly but surely. So 50 years down the line, you have 50 years, and I'm missing my points. 7%, no, 10%. I said, yeah. So every 7 year, there's a rule of 72. Every 7 year, your money is going to double at 10%. So 7 years, in 70 years, you will have around 10 times, like 10 times 7 will appear, 7 times 10. So your money is going to double 10 times, right? So 2 to the power of 10 is 1024 to the math. It's like 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 exponential formula. So 1024. So 1024 times $10,000. How much is it? That is around, yeah, that's more than $1 million. More than $1 million? 100,000, 1 million? No, that's $10 million. Yeah, that is around $10 million that you can have. Wait, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million. Yeah, that is $10 million if you get 10% every single year, starting at $10,000 as your principal amount for the next 50 years. Yeah, that is pretty good, I guess. Yeah, pretty good. Next, we go to $1,000. Now, as I said, guys, the smaller the amount, the bigger the interest rate you need. Again, if you have time by your side, you will win the game. The amount doesn't. So, at $1,000 for 15% for the next 50 years, every single year, I'm doing that. I'm assuming that because on average, if you do with S&P 500 or any index, Nasdaq, you will get around 10 to 12% very well. Good years, bad years on average for the past 20, 30 years. Full disclosure. So for 50 years, we basically have, and every 5 years, our money is doubling. So we have 10 times money doubling opportunities. So 2 to the power of 10, which is 1024. So $1,000 times 1024. That is more than $1 million. The slow and very sure path to wealth, if you may call. I don't even know if 50 years down the line, $1 million is going to be worth something or not. Even now, it's not that worth. I think 50 years down the line, $1 million is not going to be worth even 100K. But anyway, if you want to hit that level or status, or if you're in that pace, even $1,000 at 15% for the next 50 years will help that. And if you can get it for the next 100 years, assuming you're making generational wealth kind of a thing, then well, you can do that too. And it will be fun too. So have fun, do well. But in the next 100 years, it's going to be more than $2 million. Yeah, so it's pretty good. And I'm assuming you haven't put any money. Like you just put $1,000 and you go broke, or I don't know, you just put it in a bank and the bank never opens, or you make a contract that's going to open after 100 years or 50 years, whatever. I'm just assuming that if you pour in money here and there, savings a little bit, selling a car, buying a new home, getting a refund, getting a bonus, something, then that money is additional. That's a different formula for that. But this is the simplest way and the easiest thing I could have explained how to make my wealth. Surely, slowly, but definitely. Thank you.